year and like, oh, I almost had it. Hold on. Today's episode is a battle of me versus the Nat. Welcome back to the Game Time Ballers podcast. And what do we got today for you folks? We got the 2009 New York Yankees. Yes, the Bronx Bombers. And let's just start off by name dropping the crap out of this team. I could do it for days, so I'm not going to name just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get the point. I'm going to name drop 8 dudes from this team. You're going to be like, holy freaking crap, this team was legendary. Starting off, CC Sabathia, Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Alex Rodriguez, Nick Swisher, Hideki Matsui, Robinson Cano, Johnny freaking Damon. I bet you didn't know that all those guys were on that team. So there's my 8 guys on this name drop. I could name drop this whole lineup, but that would take too long. So with that being said, let's set the stage for this 2009 season, the inaugural season at the new Yankee Stadium. Last year in 2008, you got to remember the Yankees did not make the playoffs in their final year at the old Yankee Stadium. So this team and Yankees fans, they always want a winner, and they were pressing. So what did this team do? What did Brian Cashman do? They went out and got the house. They go out, they trade for Nick Swisher from the White Sox. They go sign CC Sabathia to a 7-year, $161 million deal. They go out and they get another starter. They sign AJ Burnett to a 5-year, $82.5 million deal. They go out and they get Mark Teixeira, the power-hitting first baseman, signed him to 8 years, $180 million. That is just crazy. And then getting into that season, all this stuff came out, and well, the details didn't come out till later, but it comes out that in early 2009, before spring training, third baseman Alex Rodriguez, he's going to be out with an injury on his hip that needed surgery and wouldn't be playing until basically, I think, like late May. And so later it would come out a couple of years later that he admitted to using steroids while he was rehabbing from that hip surgery. And then Alex Rodriguez goes on to also say that he was using steroids while he was playing for the Rangers, and then forever kind of taints his legacy from there. But to start, A-Rod is not going to be with this team for the start of the season. We set the stage. Let's get into that regular season. All right, so rolling into this 2009 regular season for the Yankees, guess what? They started off playing piss poor, folks, piss poor. So what does Brian Cashman, the GM, do? On June 23rd, he flies his butt down to see the team on their road trip and to motivate them, to give them a team speech and say, come on, hoorah, guys, let's go. And on 6/24, many say this was the turning point for the Yankees season right here. And this is what happens. On 6/24, after Brett Gardner walked and was picked off at first base on a borderline questionable call by the umpire, Joe Girardi, their manager, walks out, protests that call, and gets all fired up for the boys and was ejected from that game by the ump. Next batter, rookie catcher Francisco Cervelli hit his first big league home run to tie the game at 1, and that sent the Yankees on a tear to win that game 8-4. A lot of people, when they look back at this season, a lot of sports analysis writers, they viewed that game as the turning point for this whole entire season. And then you couldn't stop these Yankees, because as we go through this season, there's just milestone after milestone. Derek Jeter becomes the all-time New York Yankees hits leader, passes Babe Ruth. Number 2, Mariano Rivera becomes the second player to reach 500 saves in the MLB. This team is rolling red hot behind those two. They win 8 straight games going into the All-Star break. So behind those two legends doing their legendary things, accomplishing those things, this team wins 8 straight going into the All-Star break, so they're rolling hot. Then they come out of that break and they continue to roll. Alex Rodriguez, oh yeah, we forgot to talk about him because he was hurt for a little bit. Well, he's back, and he ends the season with a 2 home run game that helped him still finish with 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, even though he missed 2 months of the season. Folks, what do you think those roids would did for that man if he had the whole entire 2009 season to play? So this team wins the AL East title with the best record in baseball of 103-59. Let's go over some stats from that team, because again, this team is freaking stacked. Robinson Cano, 320 average, 25 ding-dongs, 85 ribbies. Johnny freaking Damon, 282 average, 24 home runs, 82 ribbies. Derek Jeter, Mr. November, the captain, 334 average, 18 dingers, 66 RBIs. Mark Teixeira, 292 average, 39 dingers, 122 ribbies. This team is rolling, smacking the ball around the yard, and they're rolling into the ALDS versus the Twins, and we're going to get this postseason right underway. But before we get in that, let's go to a quick word from our sponsor, Game Time Bats. We always thank them for sponsoring today's episode. If you're a Yankees fan, you guys haven't won a World Series in a long time, so make sure you go to GameTimeBats.com, pick up this 2009 Yankees bat, throw it in that trophy case. Hey Yankees fans, Coopersburg Sports proudly introduces the 2009 World Series Championship bat, a timeless tribute to baseball's iconic Jewel event. This memento features classic logos and graphics reminiscent of baseball's golden era, while capturing the spirit of America's favorite pastime. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a diehard fan, visit GameTimeBats.com to pick up your piece of history today. All right, we're in the postseason. First round, ALDS versus the Twins. And what do the Yankees do? They sweep this freaking series. So let's run through it. Yankees win game 1, 7-2, behind home runs from Derek Jeter, the dog himself, Mr. Captain, and Hideki Matsui. We're going to say that man's name a lot in this postseason run. Yankees go on into game 2, win that game 4-3, behind... The thing was right in my face. Ugh. So, back at it. Yankees win game 2, 4-3, behind the big dog A-Rod, coming back for the boys and hitting a 2-run dinger in the ninth to give them that game. They are up 2-0. They go on, win game 3, 4-1. And who is it? A-Rod again, hitting a dinger. We also got Jorge Posada hitting a dinger. Yankees sweep the series. Let's get on in the ALCS versus the Angels. They are rolling, boys. So now we're in the ALCS versus the big bad Angels. And the Yankees said, we ain't scared. We're going to put CC on the mound for game 1. And he's going to go out and pitch 8 innings. They're going to win game 1. They're up 1-0 in the series. Now we're rolling into game 2. In game 2, they go on and win this one to take the series 2-0. And they win this game behind a game-tying home run from A-Rod in the bottom of the 11th inning. This dude is continuing to hit clutch bombs at clutch moments. But was he the most clutch on this team? There's going to be another name that I say, and you'll probably say he's more clutch. Oh, I think I got it. Ha! You see that? Jacob wins. Love that. They're up 2-0 in the series. They're rolling into game 3 in LA, and they lose game 3, 5-4 on a walk-off double. They won on a walk-off the night before. They lose on a walk-off the next game. And now it is 2-1. Yankees are rolling into game 4, though. They are wanting to get those bats back hot again. And oh man, they set them on fire for this game. Yankees win game 4, 10-1, behind another 8 innings pitched by CC Sabathia and home runs from A-Rod, Johnny Damon. Melky Cabrera also drives in 4 runs. And the Yankees take a 3-1 series lead. You can't stop these Yankees, folks. Oh wait, but they lose game 5 in a hard-fought back-and-forth game, 7-6 to make the series 3-2. They're rolling into game 6, trying to win their 40th AL pennant in franchise history, and they do so. In game 6, they win 5-2. They have that 40th AL pennant in franchise history. They are going to the World Series versus the Phillies, and Mariano Rivera in that game gets a 6-out save. CC Sabathia is named the ALCS MVP. He pitched 2 games in this series, going 2-0 with a 1.16 ERA, or you could just say elite stuff. So CC is rolling, the boys are rolling, the bats are rolling, and we're rolling into the World Series versus the defending World Series champions, the Philadelphia Phillies. Oh my gosh, when we talk about name-dropping teams, I'm going to get the goosebumps flowing for you boys again, because let me just name-drop this Phillies team. You got Ryan Howard. You got Chase Utley. You got Jimmy Rollins. Shane Victorino. You got Jason Worth. You got Cole Hamels. I mean, I could keep going, but you get the point. Hopefully at this point, Josh has all these names popped up. You get the point. This lineup is stacked, and they're going up against the big bad Bronx Bombers, who are also stacked, and they are rolling. So are the Phillies, though, so let's see what happens. Also, when talking about the Phillies, you got to remember, guess who's on this team now? Pedro Martinez. And for the longest time, instead of it being a P on his hat, it was a B for Boston Red Sox. And that is the longtime rival of the New York Yankees. So Pedro had plenty of run-ins with these dudes. Cue him throwing the old third base coach to the ground. This series means a lot for everyone, especially Pedro Martinez. Let's roll into game 1. Yankees lose game 1 because Cliff Lee is on the bump game 1 for the Phillies, and he shuts down the Yankees, pitching a complete game, winning the game 6-1, taking the series 1-0. Phillies are up. Rolling into game 2. Game 2, Yankees come back, win the game 3-1, tie the series 1-1, and that was behind home runs from Mark Teixeira. And guess what? I said I was going to say his name a lot more. Well, here it goes. Hideki Matsui. Off of, guess who? Pedro Martinez. AJ Burnett on the other side for the Yanks throws 7 innings. Gives them the freaking stuff that he showed them all throughout the regular season but hadn't showed in the postseason yet. Comes out, throws 7 innings for them. They win that game 3-1. They're rolling into game 3. Yankees win game 3, 8-5 to take a 2-1 series lead behind 6 innings from Andy Pettitte, coupled with the first ever instant replay review where a home run was overturned in World Series history by Alex Rodriguez. He hit the dinger. They did a instant replay review, saw that it didn't clear the yellow at the top. It was not considered a home run. I think they just give him a ground rule double at that point. Also in this game, you have home runs from Nick Swisher and Hideki Matsui. Yanks are up 2-1 in this series, rolling into Game 4. And the Yankees roll hard into Game 4 and win 7-4 to take a 3-1 series lead. So Johnny Damon hits a single in the top of the ninth in this game with 2 outs, steals second base, steals third base. Mark Teixeira gets hit by a pitch. Now 2 men on, first and third. A-Rod up, and he hits a gap shot double, gives the Yankees a 5-4 lead, and they are rolling. They win that game 7-4, 3-1 lead in the series. They are 1 win away from the 27th World Series title in franchise history. And just like in the last series, why not do it again? Yankees lose Game 5, 8-6 on a bang-bang back-and-forth game. Despite almost coming back late, they lose this game. Series is now 3-2, and we're going into Game 6. Another chance for the Yankees to put this away and win this World Series title. And what do, folks? They answer that call. Yankees win Game 6 in New York, 7-3 to win their 27th World Series title in franchise history. Hideki Matsui, we said his name a lot, we're going to say it again. He had 3 hits in this game. In the second inning, he had a 2-run dinger. Third inning, 2-run single. Fifth inning, 2-run double. That's right, he was 1 hit away from the cycle, and he had 6 RBIs in that game. Andy Pettitte was on the bump, pitched and recorded the win. Mariano Rivera records the final 5 outs for the save, and Hideki Matsui is named the World Series MVP. Listen to these stats, boys. For this, 6-game series, he had a 6.15 average, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. You talk about the moment not getting to you. This dude was ice in his veins in the moment. And with that being said, now the Yankees have won their 27th World Series title. And guess what, Yankees fans? That's been about all you have to celebrate. So, we're going to talk a little smack now. All you new, young Yankees fans, really about Josh's age, if you ever want to talk crap about how the Yankees have 27 championships, I will say back to you, you were not alive for any of them. So, let's hope that your Yanks can get back on this train of winning World Series, because guess what? They have another stacked lineup. And it's so much fun to name drop a Yankees lineup. And when they put it all together, it might be some of the coolest baseball to watch. But we'll see if they can do that. I'll tell you this though, while you're waiting on your Yankees to go do that, why don't you go take your goosebumps from this episode to GameTimeBats.com, cop you a 2009 World Series Championship bat, throw it up in the trophy case, use that juice to electrify your Yankees, and see if they can maybe make a run this year. Because who knows? We always like more bats in the trophy case. So with that being said, that's all we got for this episode. Game Time Ballers, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Share it to a friend, share it to a coworker. Thank you guys. If you are here this far, you are a real one. And with that, we're out.